If you wanted to be successful, do follow experts. Hi everyone, my name is Sheikh Hussain. I have been teaching chemistry for the past 22 years for IIT JEE, NEET and state board exams. In this video series, I am going to explain all important questions for intermediate for the students who are studying in Andhra and Telangana. I will provide short, simple and to the point explanation for all the answers to help you score full marks. The study material I am going to use in this video series is carefully prepared by my friend Santosh Kumar Reddy, PGT Chemistry. For regular updates, do follow my channel and join our WhatsApp group using link in the description. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the most important 8 marks questions for second year intermediate both for Andhra and Telangana. So the question is, how is ozone prepared from oxygen? Explain its reaction with lead sulfide PBS, potassium iodide Ki, mercury Hg, or silver Ag, ethene C2H4. Let's start the answer. Preparation of ozone. When a slow dry stream of oxygen is passed through electric discharge, ozone is formed. You can also write when oxygen is subjected to silent electric discharge, ozone is formed. Here oxygen formula O2, it is a diatomic molecule. Ozone formula O3, it is a triatomic molecule. It has 2 atoms, oxygen has 2 atoms and ozone is having 3 atoms. 3O2 gives 2O3. Delta H is equal to plus 142 kilojoules per mole. This is the equation, and writing this equation correctly is very important, because sometimes in the weightage the reaction itself, reaction and statements is given 2 marks weightage. Out of 8 marks you will get 2 marks here. So you have to write this equation without any mistakes. Some students do small mistakes while writing this equation. 3O2 gives 2O3. Instead of they write 2O3 gives 3O2. To not make any mistake, you do one thing. First you write O2 gives O3. That means oxygen gives ozone. Next you apply the number of moles. That means 3 moles of O2 gives 2 moles of O3. That's all. And so that you never make any mistakes or any mistake while writing this equation, right? Next, reaction of ozone with lead sulfide. Before going to know these chemical properties and all, I will tell you how ozone is going to behave in all these reactions. Generally, ozone is a oxidizing agent. In most of the reactions, ozone is converted to oxygen by providing one nascent oxygen. That means it provides one nascent oxygen to the other compounds. Suppose if you take one ozone molecule provides one oxygen atom, nascent oxygen atom. It's very powerful. So for example, let's see the first reaction. This first reaction, PBS, lead sulfide, reacts with ozone. How many moles of ozone? 4 moles of ozone. So as I told you, 1 mole of ozone gives 1 oxygen to other compounds. Here there are 4 moles of ozone. So lead sulfide will get 4 oxygen atoms. Then PBS is converted to PBSO4. From where this O4 has come? This O4, 4 oxygens has come from 4 ozone molecules. So PBSO4 will get, and also O3 converted to O2. To make you comfortable with this reaction, I am also going to write this equation once again here. So PBS, lead sulfide, plus if it is only one ozone molecule, then we will get PBSO and O2. That means ozone is going to convert into oxygen and by releasing one nascent oxygen. So here one ozone molecule gives 1 oxygen to PBS. Here if I take 4 ozone molecules, then 4 oxygen atoms will be to PBS, then it becomes PBSO4. Next, come to the second reaction, reaction with potassium iodide. Ozone oxidizes potassium iodide to release iodine. Potassium iodide plus H2O. Potassium iodide is a salt and it is dissolved in water. we will get a salt solution. To this salt solution, ozone gas is passed. When ozone gas is passed into the salt solution, then some reaction takes place. What will be the reaction? So 2Ki plus H2O plus O3 gives 2KOH plus I2 plus O2. We will see how this reaction takes place. 2Ki plus H2O plus O3. Here H2O, you remember H2O as HOH means one hydrogen and one OH. You take one more oxygen from ozone, because ozone is going to provide one oxygen, no? You take one more oxygen from ozone. So I am writing here ozone, that means this oxygen is from ozone. So now totally two OH groups, OH and OH, two OH groups, and here two potassiums are there, no? These two potassiums, 2K plus and I minus. So these two potassiums combines with the two OH groups and we will get 2KOH, 2KOH. That's what you can observe here, 2KOH, right? Next, that means two potassiums over, and out of this water molecule is completely consumed, and one oxygen from ozone also consumed. Then what left? So here 2I left, this side 2I left, and here no water molecule, and here O2 is left. So in the product side plus what we get? I2 and O2 will get. So I2 and O2, that's all. That means out of this 2Ki combines with two OH groups. From where these OH groups has come? And two hydrogen atoms here, this one oxygen atom, and one oxygen atom will get from ozone. So total two hydrogens, two oxygens becomes two OH groups will get the 2KOH, and plus I2, here I is left, the 2 is common for this, the iodine will be formed, and two iodines will be there. So iodine will be formed, and here ozone lost one oxygen or given one oxygen to H2O, so for example, so it becomes O2. So ozone oxidizes potassium iodide to release iodine. Ozone oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine. Next, come to reaction with Hg and next reaction with Ag. These two reactions are very similar. See here 2Hg, 2Ag. What's the difference? Oh, here H is there, here A is there. Mercury and this is silver. O3 and O3. What we discussed, ozone donates one oxygen to the other reactant. So here one oxygen you transfer to Hg, then it becomes Hg2O. We should not write 2HgO. If you write and if you write 2HgO, it becomes wrong, because here there is no two oxygen atoms, only one oxygen atom is going to provided by ozone. So we will get HgO and O2, and this reaction is very important. This reaction is also called tailing of mercury. Tailing of mercury is a 2 marks question. Mercury tailing or tailing of mercury. What is tailing of mercury? When mercury is taken in a test tube and ozone gas is passed into it. Actually mercury is very shiny metal and it loses its meniscus and stick onto the walls of the test tube. Suppose this is a test tube and mercury is taken in this test tube and ozone gas is passed into it. When ozone gas is passed into this mercury taken in a test tube, mercury loses its meniscus, means its shininess, and sticks to the walls of the test tube. This is called tailing of mercury, and the reaction is provided here. 2Hg plus O3 gives Hg2O and O2, right? Next, similarly, very similar reaction you can find here. Ag 2Ag plus O3 gives Ag2O plus O2. and here one oxygen is provided to 2Ag and it becomes Ag2O, mercuric oxide, and O3 becomes O2. That's all. These two reactions are very similar. And finally, reaction with ethene, C2H4 is called ethene, two carbons eth, and it is an alkene, ethene. Ethene formula C2H4, or it can also be written as CH2 double bond CH2. So here the reaction is very simple. Here O3 having 3 oxygen atoms, no, we add one oxygen at this carbon and one oxygen at second carbon, and one oxygen common to both. See, one oxygen at this carbon and one oxygen at the second carbon, and this oxygen is common to both, and you break the double bond between the two carbon atoms. When you break the double bond between the two carbon atoms, and you will get this cyclic compound. So this cyclic compound is called ethylene ozonoide. Ozone on reaction with ethylene forms ethylene ozonoide. That's all, very simple reaction, and the continuation of this reaction is also there, but since we are going to discuss this reaction in a simple manner, so I am going to stop this answer up to this. So that's all. This is a very important 8 marks question and very simple explanation and simple answer. Don't neglect this question. This is a very important question.